You're listening to The Balancing Act with your favorite radio personality, Nikki Marie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know that I love to talk about mental health, and sometimes we can't put everything into a sentence or a word, so we put it in our music, in our poems, and just other things that make us who we are as creative souls. So today I have Nahash Wizdom, and he has released a single called Dreams off his debut album called Grown Folks Muzik. Now, you know, I love me some music. So he's here today to, talk about mental health and promote his music. This song is about self-love and never giving up on yourself, even though life can be like the ocean that's up and down, kind of like the roller coaster ride that just takes you in all different places. So hello to Nahash Wizdom. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing great. I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
There's a lot of conversations around mental health now because of the pandemic, but how have you been able to process your emotions and feelings through music?
Letting music just flow through me, and it's my passion. And so through the pandemic, I've been just focused on push my music out there, and I love of music. It's just been with me throughout my lifetime. I mean, I always had a big love for it, and music, it just really takes me away.
As music has been evolving throughout the years, how have you been able to evolve along with it?
Originality is a big thing with me, and I feel like when you're an original artist, you don't have to so much evolve because you're original. And so my goal is just to do the most original music I could possibly do. I keep a lot of stuff in. It's just a manly thing, I guess,
But that and that's I guess that would be my question. As a man, you're writing your thoughts as a music artist.
Mm-hmm.
And you're writing it on paper, but you're not able to express it in the way you like you just talk. Like you have to be creative with your message, but you can't just come out and say, hey, I am in pain. I am hurting. I am.
Yeah.
Why is that? Like, besides just saying, I guess that's the man thing, but if you go back to your younger self, was there ever a moment when you tried to say something and someone just didn't want to listen? You didn't feel heard. Someone said, suck up your tears, toughen up. Because I find that a lot with men, that they're always told to keep those feelings and emotions to themselves and be strong and be a man, be tough.
Yeah. But you taught that from a kid, Suck it up. Boy, quit crying. Quit whining. And so, most definitely. And, some people, they just go into a shell with it, And so, most boys, I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of young men come up like that. Like, you don't cry, you don't show emotions and whatnot. And
was that your reality?
Somewhat. I mean, as a young kid coming up, as a young boy coming up, you're supposed to be tough. You don't show weakness. And so I could say, but as a grown person, grown man, I understand that emotions are a part of life. I had that experience, most boys do. Suck it up, don't cry, and when you do it at a young age, they kind of ball in. Young men are balling their emotions and keep them on the inside. And what it can do, it can build up, And then that's when you see people have nervous breakdowns and stuff because they carry so much on their shoulders, you know, of not being able to express themselves.
You know, we are the most open and vulnerable and innocent when we're younger. So I don't know why certain people will tell kids not to talk or to tuck their feelings in or to hold it in. And then throughout their lives, they just become used to that, not being able to be expressive as we get older. And I know that music is so important and it can be therapeutic. You know, research shows the benefits of music therapy for various mental health conditions, including depression, trauma, and schizophrenia, just to name a few. But music allows us to tap into that emotion, that trauma, that grief. Like when funerals happen, you play a certain song and you already know it's going to bring out the most emotions in people. But not only that, but when you write things down, that's your open journal. And throughout this, you know, podcast journey of mine, I've been doing voice journals. And it's really just about me having the ability to say, hey, this happened to me, or hey, you're not alone, or even the words that we tell ourselves. It's really happening when we're young. We have to tell our children that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have the emotions that you have. Let's talk about it. And I feel like that's what we get away from. And then it becomes generational trauma. We have to stop the cycle. We have to stop telling people or telling our children or telling ourselves that we are weak just because we're showing emotion. We show when we're happy. So we should be able to show when we're not. You know, certain kids don't have all of the vocabulary to be expressive. So what I've done for my kids is I've had them create kind of like a picture book. And in that picture book, they will draw how their day went. Sometimes it'll be happy. Sometimes it'll be sad. Sometimes it'll be angry. And then we have the conversation. What made you sad today? And if they remember, then we'll go over the best way to kind of get some solution to that problem. So that way, you may not feel the same way you did today that you'll feel tomorrow. But we also have to be realistic and say that those are feelings that may never go away. But this is the best way for you to channel that. We end up growing up as angry adults because we were never taught how to identify what a problem is or identify what a need is and actually find the solution to that need or that problem. So we end up carrying it with us throughout our lives. And I think the best thing is what you're doing, which is you're writing your feelings down, your feelings, your emotions. And I know that we have a couple of songs of yours that we have to play because there's a message in the music. So I'm glad that you're so passionate about what you're doing. And I definitely want to cut to a couple of songs. You have I'm So Broke, which I think we can all relate. That's probably going to be the last song. But you also have a song here that resonates with me because it talks about Black unity. It talks about sexual assault. It talks about, that Black people are the threat to society. And these are all feelings and emotions a lot of us have, but we're too afraid to say it out loud. But you've put it through your music or in your music. So I want to cut to that song really quick, and then we'll come back and talk about how you're able to express yourself other than through your music.
To the east, plant the seed, To the east, we give it water, sunlight. To the east, my brother, to the east. Let's go. It's the wake up. It's the wake up. New state of mind. New state of mind. Let's go. We the most hated people on earth. We done been beat down, drugged through the dirt, burnt to the stake. They even use black kids for alligator bait. Our women got raped, our kids got raped. Daddies hung from a tree in front of everybody. They let the whole world see. They handed us religion called Christianity. Said this white man Jesus came to save me. They beat us constantly until we started believing. They shoved us in churches and made us pray to demons. The Constitution said we weren't even human beings, treating us worse than dogs. Fed us guts from the home. They robbed us from everything we are. We went from plantations to concrete prison yards. We still in chains though, cause they should change though. They like, they're them blacks with they barbecue smoke. If you can't run a dance or even sing a note, you just one of them monkeys getting drunk on the boat. So I'm writing this song to my black folks, quit hating each other, cause all we got is us. It's time to wake up and open up your eyes. Do you see what I see? Now that's reality. It's so many souls with no identity, cause they stole our heritage. Black history, to the east. To the east. To the east. To the east. To the east, my brother, to the east. To the east, my brother, to the east.
Beats.com.
And y'all was crying about the simple things. That your life changed, whole world rearranged. And do you really know pain? Like the blacks up in Haiti who lost everything. Their kids died right in front of their eyes. Whole families wiped out, none survived. I know you see they tears and hear their cries. And when I think of them, that's when Katrina come about it. People, whole world was underwater. Government was like them, blacks don't even bother. Drop this food about the sky, watch them turn on each other. Oh yeah, if they get out of line, kill the motherfucker. How many times, y'all, they gon' show that they don't love? Circle our heads till we dead, eat us up like bust. We the bottom of the barrel, what's the world above? Father, give me the strength to wake my people out the slumber. How we so broke? We built this country. How we so broke? They invested our neighborhoods with that coat. Tied us to rock it up and then we slung that dope. Then they sent us to the judge so he can slice our throat. Got us chained up in prison like we own slave boats. And the niggas in the streets, we just scraping the E. Trying to put some shoes on our kids' feet. And I'm like, damn, damn, damn. To the east. To the east. To the east. To the east, my brother, to the east. To the east, my brother, to the east. To the east. New state of mind, new state of mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up. To the east. Until better days. As the sun shine on us. It's the wake up, the wake up, the wake up.
All I could really say about that song is true story. But how else are you able to get your thoughts and your emotions and, you know, everything? How do you relax, or how do you find another way to be expressive?
I find some me time. I go out to nature and stuff like that. Get myself together. That's my thing. That's how I deal with a lot of stuff. I just,
do you write from a place of love, pain, passion, drive?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I always find like I'm the most creative when I'm going through a really bad breakup, or when something terrible happens. My mom always says that I get my creative writing from my grandmother, who has passed away, but she passed on a lot of her traits to the rest of the family. And I always wanted to know, like, as another creative writer.
My writing comes from the emotions of life, you know, but of course, the laughing, the bad days, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the happy days and the struggles, you know, anything can be inspiration. Like I wrote this song called Murder of Your Own Kind. And it's about these kids that got killed in Chicago on Easter Day, broad daylight, walking from the park. I wrote that song. That's one of them emotional songs. Just hearing the story made me sit right there and just write that whole song right there. And so I write from a lot of different emotions. Yeah, you know, the ups and downs, the highs, the lows. Emotions is what gives me my creativity.
You's a murderer of your own kind. You the worst kind. You don't care about nothing. You just out here destroying lives. You a murderer of your own kind. You the worst kind. What happened to my brother's keeper? Nowadays you can't trust that either. I thought we supposed to protect these kids. Teach them how to grow and show them how to live. But they done lost they goddamn minds. Another day, another homicide. Tears rolling down my eyes. So much pain I can't help but cry when I heard about that baby dying. Man, that shit really broke my heart. These kids getting raised up evil, they ain't got no heart. You added up and it was all for nothing. They start shooting, they ain't care about nothing. Kids start running, they just start dumping. Kids laying face first in the dirt. Ashes to ashes and back to the earth. How the hell you take an innocent life? They was walking from the park. Broad daylight, it wasn't even dark. And you walk around like you proud of that. Your soul will never find peace, I promise you that. Never. In this dirty world we living in, ain't no love kids can see this sin. One drunk night while you drinking gin. And you let the streets raise them though. It turned them out, now there they go. Terrorizing the neighborhood.
And so that's what my music is about. When put on my music, it's going to take you on a emotional roller coaster. It's going to take you through the valleys and the peaks. You know, that's what I think a good artist does. They take you on this journey, on this ride.
I understand that. And a lot of times people don't really know us unless we tell the story, unless you actually write it down in a book and then someone can say that they kind of understand you a little bit more. And I think through your music, I understand you a little bit more. But not only do you do music, but you're also an entrepreneur, you cook. And I feel like it's all in the same lane of being creative. You cook things and you're in a different mental space when you're able to be creative like that. So let's talk a little bit about your business.
Even though I was having the dark days and the ups and downs and the roller coasters, I knew I was somebody. Mm-hmm. I knew I had a voice. Never gave up on myself. Understood it was a process, and you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. Got to be able to hold yourself accountable. You got to know that, hey, you have a purpose out here, and you know you can't be scared to take that chance on yourself. You know, and so I'm big on that. I'm big on believing in yourself. You know, that's why I started. I got a business here that I started. It's a barbecue business. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a recording artist. I'm an inventor. And so I started with $250, and within 5 years, I've turned it into a six-figure business. Nice. With no loans, no investments, just blood, sweat, tears. Mm. And my goal is to just show these youngsters around here, especially the area that I'm in, that you can do it. Yeah. You have the greatness within you. And you just got to tap into yourself, you know. And I'm better at showing than I am talking. Yeah. And so I'm out here showing these kids every day. Yeah. You know, through my music, through my entrepreneurship, and all aspects of my life, trying to lead by example, and showing you got to invest into yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Yeah. You know, anything is possible. Don't give up on yourself.
Exactly.
You know, and strive for greatness, whatever it shall be. Yeah. strive for greatness.
You know, everyone sees greatness as something different. You know, no two people will see great as being the same, but definitely don't give up on yourself. There's actually a quote that I love. It says, greatness is not measured by what a man or woman accomplishes, but by the opposition he or she has overcome to reach his or her goals. And the key part is not giving up on yourself. I love that message that you have. So let's get back to the music.
Music, it can influence the masses.
Yeah.
And so we need to get control our music. Remember when back in the day the song Self-Destruction?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Man, when you listen to that, you're like, they told us what was going on. Music can, if they leave hip hop alone and let it be, it'll heal this world.
Yeah.
It'll heal this world. But you know, once they start understanding hip hop and the power it had, they start going that other direction. That's what they was talking about in self-destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, we was using hip hop as a tool to teach about our history and whatnot. It was waking kids up. It was cool to go to college back then. It was cool to go to school. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, when we were growing up, if you wanted to know what the latest thing was, you went to music. You went to hip hop. So it's all about representation. It's all about the message that you put in your music, what you want people to know and understand, and how you want people to grow. Sometimes even for us to learn our alphabets, how many people turned that into a song? So it's really just about representation and what you put into your music. So my next question is, what does Nahash Wizdom mean?
Nahash means to know, wise one. And, you know, one that applies knowledge to self. That's how they become wise. And I was formerly known as Dead End. Mm-hmm. And as I grew and got older, I wasn't that person anymore.
Yeah.
And so just my love for history and my love, passion of finding out, just studying history and stuff. When I came across that name, I said, yeah, that's me right there. Mm-hmm. Nahash, the wise one, represent wisdom. It's the key. Wisdom is like one of the most powerful things on earth.
Yeah.
You know.
When should we expect some more music from you?
Well, I'm working on my EP right now. It's called Grown Folk Muzik. I feel like it's a void in the game where the music, hip hop, some music that a grown man or a grown woman might want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lane for that. And so I'm working on my EP, and I got more music coming out. It's most definitely different than what's out.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into today's show. I'm your host, Nikki Marie. The message is very clear. Don't give up on yourself. Follow your dreams. Don't doubt your gifts, your talents, and find a creative way to express yourself. Shout out to Nahash Wizdom for being here today. His music can be heard on YouTube, Amazon Music, and so many other platforms. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms at Nahash_Wizdom. That's NAHASH_WIZDOM. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel and also subscribe to mine, Nikki Marie Radio. Until next time, I'm going to hand it over to Nahash so he can introduce his new song called Dreams.
Yes, this is your boy, Nahash Wizdom, Nahash the Wise One. You're listening to my new song, Dreams. Big shout out to Nikki Marie's radio show. Much love. I'm out.
If you can think it, you can hold it in your hand.
You're rocking with Nikki Marie.
Put action behind them positive thoughts. And manifest it. That's right. Let's go. That's right. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. It was all a dream. I'm still standing strong, I'm never broken. Trying to slow it down and live life in slow motion. Life has its ups and downs like the ocean, but we'll never stop, we keep it rolling. Believing in yourself, the secret potion. Always stay humble, listen to your coaching. Open up your eyes, strengthen up your mind. Take your time, and all due time, one day youngster, you gon' shine. Always watch your step, you know trouble ain't hard to find. Always try to be the best, cause you the best. Keep reaching for the stars and never settle for less. Keep your eyes on the prize and watch it manifest. I know it ain't easy, but you gon' pass that test. Cause you gon' give it all you got until it's nothing left. Cause when you try your hardest, you have no regrets. Keep reaching for your dreams until your last breath.
Keep reaching for everything you believe in.
Show love and respect is how you stay blessed. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. It was all a dream. Don't you be no follower. I know you need some help, but you gotta learn to lead yourself. Cause this is jungle when I wonder how I keep from going under. Got me walking through the rain, the lightning, and the thunder. But when no clouds break and the sun shines, and you look up at the sky and you realize we're gonna break you with this thing called life will make you stronger. So I wake up out my sleep like I gotta go harder. Keep on pushing, I'm trying to go further. Reach my destiny. Can't let this negativity get the best of me. So I keep myself grounded, protect my energy. Surround yourself with loving people, it's the recipe. Keep it like famo, that means family. I got my brothers and my sisters left and right in me. Because I know the kingdom of heaven dwells inside of me. That give me the power to be anything I wanna be.
Anything that I wanna be, it gives me the power to be.
The power to go as far as I can see and beyond. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream until I made it be real. It was all a dream. 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 It was all a dream.
Just your dream. Just your dream. Just your dream.